Dear customer, as you showed interest in the Bali 4.3 Carpe Ventum, which is a wonderful and comfortable sailing yacht, I take you now to a virtual tour of the yacht, and some sailing insights call it virtual test sailing. Carpe Ventum provides you a lot of comfort, like an apartment on sea, but with the special sailing equipment also Carpe Ventum does not lack performance. And altogether for an attractive price, which is a fulfillment of the magic triangle between comfort, performance and price. Now, briefly enjoy the short introduction and then come with me and let me convince you about these statements.
Sve, sinje moje more, naše brodove, što po svijetu plove.
After this short teaser, we will now have a closer look to the yacht, its condition and inside views.
I want to invite you to have a short look on this wonderful boat.
We will first visit the deck counterclockwise, starting with the plunger grill at the stern.
What I also like very much is hidden here in the cockpit. Look at this, barbecue here on this boat.
This is a heavy cast iron pan, heated by gas with a drain for fat. What an experience to roast good steaks under the clear sky and stars at anchor. Now we continue, follow me to one of the Bali highlights, the front cockpit. Holding oneself on sea is possible at the groove within the coach roof on the left side here. For the extended sailing applications, the yacht has a bowsprit to which the additional Code 0 sail is attached with a furler. The whole front cockpit is covered with cushions to provide a lot sunbathing and family gathering area in the marina with a lot of privacy. You will also recognize that compared with the current Bali version with a front door, this older design provides much more space inside for pantry table and navigation station, and outside more storage space underneath the extensive seating area. The large 5 front mats, which are a bit worn out here, will be replaced by new ones. Here you can see one of the 2 heavy-duty blocks used for the front parasailer ropes, carrying a lot force by the lift which the parasailer produces, and therefore is supported inside the front crash box by heavy-duty stainless steel plates and bolts and nuts. The large retractable front window allows not only superventilation at sea or at anchor, but also is the shortcut passage for drinks and meals from the pantry and waste back to the pantry. Therefore, during the sundowners, you don't need to leave your prime sunset seat to get drinks or meals.
Look at this. This is so enormous spacey here. We got lot of place to lay lazy in the sun. We got some tables for our drinks, and for sure we have some USB sockets to charge all our phones. This is my favorite place on this boat. And what I enjoy most, if we have a day like this with the hot sun burning from the sky, we got this wonderful roof.
In order to limit heating inside the saloon, special sun protection shields can be attached to the large windows from outside. From inside you still can look through, but the intense sunlight is kept out of the saloon. Now let's have a look to the bow cabin, which can be used either for a kit as sleeping place or a storage area. Access is through the deck hatch or alternatively inside through the lockable doors from the front cabin. If parents would like to have their small kids close by, this compartment is ideal for the parents to use the front cabin and the kids in the bow cabin just connected by a small door. Now let's inspect the huge storage areas underneath the front cockpit. All hatches are self-supporting by gas struts. On the left side, the pressurized seawater tap is located to be able to clean the anchor from mud and seagrass outside of marinas. Below, from where I am standing, there's a huge storage space available for sails, equipment, ropes, whatsoever, well protected from moisture and water. Here on the port side, 2 gas bottles are installed, one in operation, one is spare. They are located inside a closed cabinet, here at the right side, with a ventilation opening at its bottom. Next, it's the anchor windlass box, with a control extended cable length, providing easy access with the windlass control to the bow for well-supervised control of the anchor operations. The yacht has 80 meters anchor chain of 10 millimeters installed, enabling anchoring even in strong winds. To transfer the high holding forces to the ground, a special anchor, the so-called jumbo anchor, with 43 kg weight is attached, enabling anchoring even at difficult seabed conditions. It outperforms even the well-known Rogner anchor, and on YouTube you can see videos explaining the advantages of the jumbo anchor versus regular anchors. This we have involuntarily tested already in strong bore winds at anchor. The bridle is 13 meters long on each side, made out of a polyamide square line with very high expansion potential of up to 30% of its length. It is designed and calculated such that once the anchor chain loses its catenary or flexibility from its slack due to increased loads, the polyamide lines are loaded sufficiently to start its expansion up to 3 meters. This provides also a lot shock absorption at anchor from yacht movements and waves. Now we see the same storage compartment on starboard side, here stuffed with ropes and boxes to better organize access to spare parts, yacht accessories and tools. Here also the second jumbo anchor with 25 kilos weight is stored, inclusive chain and rope. You see, the compartment is large enough to stand and operate from inside. Now we go on the other side towards the nice flybridge, which sometimes is discussed contradictorily amongst especially sailing enthusiasts, but once you have enjoyed the overview at sail or during harbor maneuvers, or the crew gathering on elevated level in marinas or in city harbors, you will insist on having one. Here on port side, the manually operated winch is located for the head sail and the 3 automatic reefs for the mainsail. Also a very important comfort factor on sea is the transparent plexiglass windshield, which I hardly see at any other Bali catamaran. With this windshield, although it is not so high, It is sufficient to redirect the wind such that even at strong winds from the front you can lay on the front bench or sit at the aft bench and enjoy the sun well wind protected, same at the helm station. On the spreader at the mast you can see the little white dome, which enables a long-range mobile connection on the up to 20 nautical miles and provision of a seamless Wi-Fi network on board.
And now we are here at the captain's place. You control everything from here. You got the engine, got the steering, and you have a wonderful view for all maneuvers in the harbor. And my personal highlight here is the electrical winch. You can control it from here.
The electrical winch is used for operation of both halyards and the main sheet rope. The helm station is protected by a bimini, which in worse weather conditions can be completely housed by zipped transparent canvases. To access the top of the boom and mainsail, some foldable steps are attached at the lower part of the mast. Holding oneself at the lower shrouds, elevated sail operations are easily possible. Now let's see the instruments at the helm station in detail. We have the Raymarine autopilot with the wind vane steering included, which makes automated sailing possible at unchanged sail trim or hoisting or hauling in the mainsail without somebody at the helm. With the 7-inch chart plotter with Raymarine Lighthouse software and Navionics Z-charts. Here also the AIS system is integrated. 2 engine controls below. The RPM limitation signs remind not to overload the engines as they are able to do 3000 RPM, but economically one should use for cruising between 2000 and 2200 RPM max. Then also the fuel consumption at 7.5 knots and 2000 RPM is only 4 liters per hour an engine. A special feature is installed at the helm station, which is a watertight double 5-volt USB-A outlet at the side in order to operate a large tablet as additional chart plotter with a large 12-inch screen.
The helmsman does not have to be alone. The crew can join him. The whole crew, because we've got so much space here on the flybridge. It's really amazing. And there's also enough space for 4 solar panels to charge the battery.
In leaving the flybridge, we approach on port side the bathing platform with a foldable large bathing ladder, the storage compartment at the left with drain holes at its bottom. When you are standing at the bathing platform barefooted, then the artificial teak floor is flattering your feet. And the warm, cold, sweet water shower at the sides. At both aft sides of the hull, the main heavy-duty devices are installed for the operation of Code Zero and parasail. These are the blocks, the manual winches and the cleats. Below is the port side engine compartment, also accessible by gas strut supported large hatches. A Yanmar diesel engine with 57 horsepower is installed and a lot of maintenance space around with easy access is ensured. Also the maintenance critical equipment like seawater filter, diesel filter can be easily surveyed, as well as access to oil filling, impeller, V-belt and alternator. The compartment is equipped with an automatic fire extinguisher released at elevated temperatures automatically, where the diesel heater is also installed in this compartment at the left side below the deck. Despite the 5 years of motor age and approximately 2,000 running hours, it runs in idle as if it is new, thanks to the professional and reliable maintenance every half year and exchange of all wear and tear parts. Here we see now the aft cockpit without all the cushions. They were always stored during off-season at a dry place outside the yacht. On the starboard side, the setup for winches, cleats and blocks is the same as well as the engine room. Also at the stern hull side, the manual bilge pump operation are installed. Here you see the land current plugs, one for general land current and another one for the air conditions only. The air condition is only working with land current in marinas for two reasons. Firstly, a generator brings a lot additional weight and technical complexity as well as maintenance demands with it. And secondly, only in marinas an air condition operation is useful as heat there is really high and ventilation low. At anchor, however, with cooled air at water surface, good ventilation of the cabins, it is well enough cooled at night to enable a good sleep. That is a personal experience by me, who dislikes usually hot and or humid climate most. The powerful dinghy contributes a lot to joy at anchor or for exploring remote locations, e.g. the small rivers within the Neretva Delta in Croatia. It can carry up to 6 persons, at low speeds also 8, and with its 20 horsepower outboarder, you cross distances in high surfing speed. The robust aluminium construction and special UV-resistant hyperlong hull material enables a long lifetime. For comfort of operation, it has an electric starter, enabling a no-hassle start even in difficult conditions. The dinghy is attached by 2 bridles to the lifting rig, enabling a comfortable watering and hoisting up by single-hand operation from the electrical winch. Now let's have a look to further storage areas beneath the aft seat. A huge space opens up, inclusive storage areas left and right from the main compartment. Of course, all with drains to the outside. Once the bench is closed, the aft cockpit enables a nice chill out at anchor, connected to the huge inside space of the lagoon, which we are going to explore now. But before, have a look at the life raft in a compartment just in front of the main door. It opens from above, but also to below, so that in all cases, even if the yacht capsizes, access is easy and reliable.
Now I want to invite you to enjoy the inside of this boat. There are 2 ways to go inside. The normal way, this is quite boring. One highlight all Bali catamarans are known for is this thing. That's the way we should go inside. Come with me.
At first, let's get some orientation. The yacht has in each hull 2 large cabins with 2 sleeps each and the already mentioned small bow cabin. The heads and bathrooms differ, however, in order to offer in one hull privacy to those owners or guests who prefer an own head with their cabin, and in the other hull provide a large bathroom with full-scale shower for those ones who don't like the small space of the cabin heads. The saloon comprises a large table with seating for at least 8 persons, a relaxing bench at starboard side, a large pantry with enough space for food preparation, as well as a large navigation station at starboard side with excellent round view. Here you can see the disadvantage of a front door to the front cockpit of the current Bali yacht, which cuts away a lot space from the navigation station and pantry, as well as seating and storage area from the front cockpit. Now enjoy the open space concept of the Bali yacht, which can turn a fully open and well-ventilated area in seconds to a well-protected winter garden in case of bad weather conditions, without fumbling around with canvases and zippers and the limited visibility to the outside.
One special feature of Carpe Ventum is this large table. You can sit here with 8 people and enjoy your evening dinner. Next extra of this boat, we have a normal refrigerator. That's nothing special. But real cool is the large ice maker with ice cubes coming out here.
You can see an example of breakfast in the rising sun in the open space configuration at anchor. In case of many guests or the preference to sleep in the saloon, the large table can be converted in a large double bed. This might also be useful during night sail, having the free watch crew sleeping above and close to the helm. In looking around, you feel as if you are living in an apartment directly above the sea. And just remember what is not shown here, under all the benches around the table, there's a huge storage space. Now let's explore what's all behind these shelves, drawers and cabinets. Here we see the gas heated oven with a couple of inserts, followed by this sink shelves, and there you can see the shutdown valves for the gas as well as the battery cabinets for the igniters for the gas oven. On the back side there are also shelves for storage and a drawer for tools, cooking equipment, supplies whatsoever. Here is the garbage with 2 cans for separation, and again shelves for food storage. Above there are a lot of cabinets, also with a lot of storage space for supplies, for tools, accessories whatsoever, easily accessible. So there you can hide a lot of stuff what you want to bring to the yacht. On the side there's also a door behind for tools and the main switches for the 2 service batteries and the starter batteries. You can connect all the batteries together or separate the starter batteries to avoid discharging overnight. And it continues more and more storage space. That is the filter for the ice maker, for the ice cubes on the freezer. Below the floor panels, the battery banks are installed with again easy access to it. Service batteries for the yacht and engine starter batteries are both located here. Also, checking the batteries is an easy job to do. Although already approximately 910 ampere hours are installed, you even have some spare space available for future extension of capacity. The navigation station has a compartment for all the charts and navigation material. The control panel is equipped with a radio. Left around the corner is the switch for the diesel heater. The large free area can be used for a large plotter, for example 12-inch or a tablet. Now follows the Raymarine instrument for all sorts of yacht and passage data displayed, followed by the VHF. To the left there is a control panel of the chargers. Under the table all the switches and level indications are installed, inclusive the bilge pump operations as well as 2 5-volt outlets, USB-A for tablets or mobile phones. Below the navigation table, all the remaining electric is installed, which needs regular access. All the fuses, the converters, AIS, and more. Now we dive down to the cabins. Here you see one front cabin with a small door to the bow cabin. In all cabins and also in all heads and bathroom, all hatches are equipped with mosquito screens and blackout curtains. A lot light can enter the cabins as well as good ventilation is ensured. If you put away the mattresses, the access to tanks, air conditioners and water heater is possible. Here you can see now the cabins ready for sleep. Under the large beds also drawers with large storage spaces available. Behind the doors a large cabinet with hangers and a cabinet with shelves exist.
Last extra I want to point out. You have a cold evening and then you will be happy about this wonderful diesel heating. You can control it from here. It's a warm water heating and warm air will come out in all cabins. Or what we have most here in Croatia, hot summer night. Then you will be really happy with the air condition of this boat. You control it from here, very easy to use, and cold air is coming out in the cabins.
The port cabins have their heads directly connected. The shower head at the sinks can be extracted and positioned high at the wall, and the whole head becomes a shower cabin. All toilets are electric and operated by sweet water, resulting in no odor. As mentioned, those who does prefer a large bathroom comes to starboard side and can enjoy a larger bathroom with a separate large shower. With this kind of infrastructure you might hesitate to use dirty or malfunctioning marina sanitary rooms or restrooms. Now we are slowly coming to the end of the boat tour, but before we have a final look to the installation below the floor in the hull bilges. All installation and devices are easily accessible in case of maintenance or exchange. Here is the suction filter for the saltwater pump, for the seawater tap in the galley and front storage compartment. Also, the seacock is well accessible. The next compartment contains the bilge pumps, electric and manual, a seawater pump for cooling water to the air condition compressors with suction filter. Again, the related seacock is well accessible. The last compartment contains the valve for draining the black water tanks and the grey water collection pot with a grey water pump. On the other side, we have the same configuration in the opposite hull, but at the front, on starboard, there is a sensor installed to measure depth and speed through water. With a blind plug besides it, removal of the sensor is easy to clean the small speed wheel from debris, which can block it and stop the speed measurement. This prevents you to lift the yacht out of the water, but do the maintenance right in the water. So, you have seen now all the details of the yacht, and I hope you're happy with the infrastructure and especially the well-maintained condition of the yacht. May I invite you now for a virtual test sail to have an impression about the performance of this special sailing edition, which seems to be unique in the market and is a result of my addiction to fast sailing, which is not possible with the regular sails from the Bali shipyard. Let's embark here at a nice marina in Croatia and sail out under main and small head sail first. In the open sea, then by the powerful Cold Zero with 61 square meter, which is really a turbo boost for the yacht once hoisted due to its high efficiency. It can be sailed from approximately 45 degrees of the apparent wind angle to downwind course. The chart plotter shows us a low wind condition of only 12 knots true and an apparent wind speed of 9 knots. However, we are still doing already 7 knots of speed through the water. This is achieved at reaching course and code 0 with the mainsail up. After the first sailing, we rest at nice and remote anchor places, which are easily reachable due to the perfect maneuverability of the yacht and shallow draft of only 1.2 meters. Here you can see the advantage of the aft winches, which we use to adjust the landline such that the anchor chain is under moderate tension and the yacht is well balanced in the middle of the tiny bay. For readjustments, it is not necessary to start the engines again with this kind of setup. Here you also get now an impression of the overall view and the top view of the yacht. After some rest, we restart under engine to overcome some low wind conditions. Here you see the yacht speeding at 9.5 knots under full throttle for a short time to see its potential. Now we reach strong wind again, approximately 25 knots, and have the code 0 hoisted only. This is the maximum allowable wind speed for the code 0. Above it, the mainsail shall be hoisted at first reef together with the smaller foresail. You see how quick and calm the yacht makes its passage through higher waves at high winds with the code 0 only. After such action sailing, a good rest overnight at the remote island Susac near Lastovo under calm conditions is well appreciated.
Sinje moje more, naše brodove, što po svijetu plove, tebi na dar dižem čašu.
The next day we have a nice downwind course at higher wind speeds and test an alternative sailing configuration, the so-called butterfly, but with the code 0 and foresail alone, avoiding the hassle to operate the mainsail at downwind courses. Besides, in case the wind becomes stronger, reefing is easily possible by furling both the sails in a bit from the aft cockpit. We start at moderate winds, which accelerate soon to 30 knots of through from behind. We are then flying downwind in great peace and comfort wind vane autopilot steering active and enjoying sailing in the front cockpit. Again, we seek some shelter in a remote bay far from the open sea and relax in tranquility close to the largest historic military wall in Europe, the village Stone in Croatia. The last stage of our virtual test sail tour is the application of the parasail, an impressive piece of high-performance cloth rich of aerodynamic technology. Its easy and uncomplicated operation, paired with smooth reopening after a collapse, and the large possible wind range from 5 to 25 knots, makes it the preferred sail engine for broad-reaching courses to downwind. Today we start with moderate winds again, accelerating to 20 knots in the last seas. Now at 20 knots true wind, we reach good speed at 10 to 11 knots through water at broad reaching course, all at good yacht stability and safety, not at least due to the lifting force of the parasailer at the bow, which compensates the momentum from the force at the mast top, so that the bow has no additional loads to carry and the danger of stabbing the bow into the water is eliminated. After such a trip, coming back to a calm and lonely bay at Lastovo Island is well deserved. Again, the anchoring and landline concept is displayed, turning the sailing yacht into a comfortable, floating apartment directly on the sea with stunning views in complete privacy. All sorts of water sport entertainment can be enjoyed, or reading a good book at the flybridge, always close to the cool drinks from the pantry below. The nearing sunset makes us dream about the many adventures, spectacular bays and beaches, sightseeing spots and underwater experiences, which makes the sailing holiday so special on one's own yacht, well equipped and in good shape. The best way to realize one's dreams is to wake up and take action. Carpe Ventum is ready for sale immediately and just a purchase away from your best experience in life.